Okay, so it's like 11:50 at night and I feel like talking, so I'm gonna talk. I have a lot of things on my mind. I know I've talked a lot about social anxiety and how I deal with that and things of that nature. But just a few things that have happened lately. Not necessarily bad things, but kind of like things that make me go, um, that I just wanted to talk about. Like, as I've said before, I do way better one-on-one than I do with a group. So, I went out recently, 2 or 3 weeks ago, with an older friend from church, and if you watched my thrift haul, that was the day. And she told me, she said, "You have really good social skills." And I almost wanted to laugh. You know, the old me would have laughed in her face, but I was like, what? That was in my head, was like, what? Excuse me, but, sorry. I was taken aback by it, but at the same time I said to her, well, you know what? I said, that's funny you say that. I mean, I said, a few years ago, I would I wouldn't have had any social skills, and I feel like I still have a long way to go, but I said I am a lot better than I used to be. And I told her about, the one-on-one thing and how I'm dealing with that, and I do a lot better one-on-one, and I feel like I can express myself and talk and have a conversation with feedback back and forth with someone. In a one-on-one situation, I feel way more comfortable. And I explained to her about a group situation. I don't remember if I talked about this before in a video, but the last time I was in a group situation with other women, and this has happened before, it's nothing new, but it's just kind of getting old. The fact that women tend to talk and talk and talk about things they have in common, and I have a really hard time interjecting into that conversation. And then when I actually do have something to say, some kind of input, and I start to say it, then everybody gets silent after I talk, and nobody says a word. And then the subject gets changed, and it's like, okay, what? It's just a very awkward, uncomfortable thing. That being said, yesterday I spent some time with a friend whom I feel pretty comfortable with. She is a fellow introvert, but yet I feel like she has more social skills than I do, but she says she's had to work on that over the years as well. We had a nice time. We went out for ice cream, went for a walk in the cemetery, and we talked a lot, and I mentioned to her about the silent conversation thing, and she said that she thinks that it wasn't that nobody knew what to say, but that they were giving me an opportunity to say more on the subject. But to be honest, it didn't really feel like that. It felt different than that. It felt like everybody was like, oh, okay. Anyway, so let's go on and talk about this. That's what it felt like to me. I I really don't know. But I'm learning to be more honest. And actually, that situation happened at her house, the friend that I hung out with yesterday. It was during her art night, so I told her the honest truth that I felt uncomfortable that night, and I just kind of wanted to get out of there. And it helped to be able to talk to her about it, because she said she understood, and she said that if I ever felt uncomfortable again and wanted to leave early, that she would take me home, which was really awesome of her. And I appreciate that a lot. So, one thing that I've been realizing about myself is that, especially with being at home with my little boy a lot, is that if I don't get out and I'm not around people, even though I don't really like being around a lot of people, if I don't do it and I don't keep practicing it, then I start to get way more anxiety and start to feel more isolated and just want to fold in on myself. And I can't let that happen, because then just not good for me, not good for my self-esteem, not good for social growth. And it's hard, especially when you don't really have any friends here. Not like, I have friends like my friend yesterday, but it's hard to explain my definition of friends. I don't know, maybe I'm too needy, but I feel like a friend I can actually be like text or call or hang out with like anytime. I get it, people have their own lives and they're very busy and they're working, and I respect that, but I don't know, I just don't feel like I have that type of connection with anybody here in this city. I don't know. Anyway, that was kind of off subject. On and off subject. I'm rambling. So I was just watching Leah Mouse's video about her talking about working on herself and her growth, mental health growth, and social skills growth, and it was really awesome and inspiring. So thank you, Leah. I need to do something like that. Like, I need to stop thinking so much about myself and how I feel and how bad and awkward I feel when I'm around other people, because that is what cripples me. That's what's like a big rock in my chest and in my stomach when it comes to social situations. And that's what brings the terror inside of me. Just thinking about myself and how I'm gonna screw up. And that's the worst thing. I have a lot to learn and have a long way to go. I'm just kind of thinking right now, like, what is it that bothers me so much? Like, I know and I don't know. It's something that I can't really verbalize right now, but the one thing I do know is that a lot of times I edit myself when it comes to being around other people. I don't really let them get to know the real me, because I'm terrified of them knowing the real me, because I'm afraid they won't like the real me, or they'll just be really bored by the real me, or realize that the real me is not as intelligent It's like I keep up this mystery shroud of who I really am because I'm scared. I don't want them to see the boring or the completely dorky me, because that's what I am. I am an absolute complete dork. The only person that I've actually been able to physically show that real side is with Hugo. And it amazes me that I've been able to do that, and he loves me for who I am. He loves that I'm a dork, and sometimes we're really dorky together. I'll come up with these stupid little songs and stuff, and quote YouTube videos, and just be really lame together. And I love that we can do that. I just hope that I can do that more with other people, and maybe not exactly that same type of relationship, but just be myself. I don't know how to be myself. I'm scared. And so that's something I need to work on. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to get interrupted soon, so I'm going to go. Thank you guys for listening, as always. I can't figure out why I keep getting subscribers on my channel, because I don't make very many videos that often, but thank you. Thank you so much to everybody who is subscribing, and thank you for caring and all the really awesome, supportive, sweet comments you always leave me. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you later. Bye.